Rowdy Nation TV. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get it. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales was born in the Mexican state of Sinaloa, a center for drug cartels and a land drug kingpins. El Chapo Guzman was one of the people who controlled that area. Lagunas grew up never knowing his father. He was left with his mother, and then she eventually left him with his grandmother. So his grandmother raised him. Rosales was a 17-year-old kid who got his start by drinking until he passed out. He would post videos of himself drinking and going out partying, and when he posted those videos, they went viral, you know. And he has over 700,000. I think maybe even more now. I think he has maybe he had a million Facebook followers and over 300,000 Instagram followers. So 17 years old, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, I guess there was a lot of people, following him. I guess if you've seen some, you can go online and you can check out some of his videos. If you pull up his name, go online, and you can. I guess he was funny. He was a 17-year-old kid, and he found his little niche, and he was making his way, and but unfortunately, as we became more popular, you can see him in videos with barely naked women, and he started hanging with celebrity people and music people. He was in their videos and stuff like that, and so he started doing more and more. He started becoming more brazen in his videos. He started drinking more, started doing coke in his videos, and then he started talking shit, in his videos. He became a little boisterous. Sometimes when you drink, some people, I'm not saying everybody, but sometimes when you drink, some people, what they got to say, a drunk ain't what? A drunk ain't shit. That's what they say, right? That's what they say. But what I'm saying is, I think he was the life of the party, and then once he got a little bit more popular, he got a little bit more brazen, started doing coke, and he was the envy of any 17-year-old kid in Mexico, I believe. He's making money, he's driving fast cars, he's surrounded by women, but let's just say, like I say, the AKA Parate de CULICAN, he was feeling himself. Now, he was shown on Facebook with a friend, and he was telling the leader of the Jalisco drug cartel to suck his you-know-what. He invited this man to his private parts. Now, I don't know if you people know anything about El Mencho, leader of the Jalisco drug cartel. After the arrest of El Chapo, El Mencho, he grew in power. He was already around when Chapo was out, but he was like number two. They were like the number two cartel. In the United States already, they got a $10 million bounty on this man's head. Check out my video on El Mencho. Check out my video. But so after insulting El Mencho, Rosales continues his normal routine of going out partying, getting drunk, and nothing's changed. This man that he insulted, he's known for killing judges, reporters, journalists. He shot a helicopter out the sky. That's just a little. We're gonna do a video, but he shot a military helicopter out the sky. So he insulted this man, invited this man. That's the type of person he just invited to his private parts. So he insulted this man on Sunday. On Monday, he invited some of his friends to go out to party, and they do their usual thing. When four gunmen burst into the club, spraying Rosales with 18 bullets and killing a bartender. Now, people, words have consequence. I've always said words have consequence. You just can't. This young man was out there. He was living a good life, but he admitted that he was an alcoholic and he wanted to change his life. He actually wanted to become a musician himself. I guess he was inspired by the people who had him in their videos, and The people who had him in their videos, they had him in their videos because he has a large following. And so, but he knew that he was an alcoholic and he wanted to change his life, but he never got a chance to do that. A sad end to a short life. I just want to say R.I.P. Juan Luis Lagunes Rosales, aka Parate de CULICAN. If you like this video, subscribe to me. Click that like button. We out.